I am making quicherecipe. I just got finished with a video showing how I made this necklace. I made these earrings, but I am going to make another pair so that you can see how I made those. But I really like the way it looks. I really like this one. Anyway, quicherecipe. I've got the shell blind baking, and I almost got ahead of myself. I had to fry the bacon and break it up, and I'm going to put the link to the recipe, as always, in the description box. But I fried up, how much bacon did it call for? 8 strips, that's right. 8 rashers is what we call them. He calls them strips, and it's an American recipe. So I've also had to look up how to convert some of the measurements. I am now cooking the onions. Unfortunately, I have never found a streaky bacon here that has as much fat as American bacon does. So he cooked up his bacon, and if that's where you are in America, then you'll have a good time with this. He cooked up his bacon and had quite a deep pool of bacon fat. Time to take out the pie crust, and that's what he used. He used a couple of tablespoons of that to cook the onions. However, I found the streakiest bacon I got the streakiest bacon I could find, and it left just a coat of fat on the pan. Nothing that I could measure. But that's where I've got the onions in. So they're cooking. I was getting all this sorted and suddenly remembered I was needing to make a video. So Lisa, here are your quiches, showing you how they're done. So that's cooling, and I have to grate Gruyere cheese. I bought 3 different kinds of Gruyere cheese because they're not all the same, and this one was the one which I thought had the most pleasant taste. There was another one which tasted exactly like Emmenthal, which, that's why it makes sense that he says that if you can't find Gruyere, just use Emmenthal, or as the Americans call it, Swiss. I think that's what there is, because he said Swiss or Emmenthal, but they do look very much alike, and I think they taste alike. I haven't found Swiss in any of the supermarkets I go to. That said, I have tasted Swiss, and to me they taste very much the same. So anyway, I'm going to cut off the rind. And grate 4 ounces of Gruyere. And he said again, I think it was in this recipe, but he does this same thing where he puts the container that he's going to weigh on the scale first, because it doesn't register the weight of the bowl, and you turn it on after you've put it on. and then you don't have to worry about figuring out the weight. Now you want roughly 114 grams, but it's 4 ounces of the shredded ghee, which is roughly 114 grams. So yeah, the little tools, the conversion tools online come in quite handy for me, because I do find myself having to convert these recipes. The most frustrating one is converting the oven temperature, because it never quite seems hot enough if I go by the conversion chart. This says that it's 114 grams, this chunk, so I should be able to use all of it. Yeah, it's getting there. Okay. Hands, of course, clean. You guys know me. Hand washing queen. Okay. So, I think I'm going to turn up the heat on these onions so that we can get them done sometime today. And while they're cooking, I'm just going to pause this. Okay, so the onions are baking. Now in his recipe, he used a round pie dish, which was a bit deeper. I'm using a quiche pan, and I did the crust, put the crust in, and blind baked it until the edges started turning a bit golden. So that's done. The onions are cooking, and while that's going on, I need to start the egg mixture. Quiches use a lot of eggs and cream, so I'm going to get the cream out. Did I put, which one is it for this one? Heavy cream. Okay, so I'm making 2 quiches. One is quichelorraine and one is spinach quiche. Okay, heavy cream. So I need 4 large eggs. I'm all over the place today. And the onions do look a bit done. I'll turn that off and get 4 eggs. 4 large eggs. Large is all I ever get. Little eggs just don't even look like eggs to me. Okay. So I break up 4 eggs. those until well blended. Add a cup of cream. Salt, a pinch of salt and a pinch of ground black pepper. Didn't get everything together, but I am meeting myself a few times today. Some days are just like that. But he also calls for cayenne, but I know you don't like spicy things, Lisa, so I'm leaving the cayenne out. And I'm just whisking until combined. Okay, then I take onions, and we put a layer of onions on the bottom of the blind baked pan. Just kind of spread them a little bit. I love my pans. And I just I found a shop here, a website called Mex Grocer, and rang them up. It is owned and run by a Mexican man. He even has his accent. He is Mexican, and he moved here, saw a niche, and created his website. He not only has authentic Mexican ingredients, he also has authentic Mexican utensils, pans, etc. He's very friendly and helpful. So I spoke to him about the problem with I'm making handmade corn tortillas. Corn is the tortilla. Corn is the thing in Mexico. It's very much part of their culture. Not flour, but the pan that I was able to find was a crepe pan, and I didn't feel that it was doing well. And he said, well, no, it wouldn't be, because it's... So I got a burner hob, which I'll show in that video. Now, pouring in the quiche, the eggs, a little too much, so I'll just leave that out. Doesn't need to all go in. It's just a little bit much. And then cheese was supposed to go under that. Sorry. But anyway, I got the right pan. It's called a comal. And he said that it does not, induction hobs do not get the heat, and that will affect the flavour. So I bought a single burner, and I'll practice a little bit because I can't make them with my hands the way they do, you know, flipping them back and forth, because my wrist won't turn all the way. So I was like, that, okay, that's not going to work. But I did get tortilla press, and so I'm ready to go for tortillas another time. But with this, you've watched me add all the ingredients together. Now I bake it at 325 Fahrenheit, which is about 180 Celsius. And I bake it for 50 to 55 minutes, or until the filling is puffed and golden brown. So now I'll do that bit and then come back. Okay, now I just took the quiche out of the oven, so it's still a little bit soft, but I'll see if I can show you it. It's a nice, beautiful golden colour, and it smells amazing. So that's the quicherecipe, and I'll be doing the quiche, the spinach quiche, next. But first I'll let everything cool so that I can have room to do my cooking.